Hi, I'm Les Whitley, Director of Sports Performance for Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. You'll see in the coming videos, we have information that you can find about warm-up, muscle activation, mobility, flexibility, as well as strength training. This series of videos will take you from start to finish so that you have a good idea and a resource and references to begin your exercise program or to keep you going as you're getting further into it. Find these resources online at TOAsportsperformance.com or find it in our social media in Facebook, Instagram, as well as on YouTube. Check us out in person at our TOA Sports Performance locations, both in Franklin and in Lebanon. Here we go. As we transition from our dynamic warm-up, we'll move into a little more dynamic movement through space. We're focusing first now the A-skip, and this is just priming the athlete's nervous system for movement. So I'm gonna have Evan actually start with an A-skip. He's gonna cock the knee, flex at the ankle with arm, good action position. Drive that down as he hops down to the next 10 yards down. Go. Good, better arm action, elbows back. Pop, and fire. And good. Next in this series, we're going to do a pogo jump. So now we're working on the reactive firing mechanisms of the athlete for their feet hitting the ground. We want minimal contact with maximal dorsiflexion, keeping the body in a nice rigid position to be able to explode moving forward. So I'm going to have Evan actually keep his feet together, working on bouncing on the toes, pulling the toes up as we go, transitioning forward through space with a good body lean, nice tall posture. Ready? Go. Good, toes up and move. Toes up and move. Good. Pop, 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 and good. So now as we transition to some of our mobility movements for the upper body, we're really focusing on improving posture by opening up the shoulder. Shoulder is the most mobile joint of the body. We're making sure we're getting full access to that. So with the Indian Club, I'm going to ask Amanda to move in a circular movement up, reaching back, creating a long arc all the way up behind the head, as if she would like in a backstroke, with a little bit of rotation. So now we're engaging not only shoulder, lats, moving the scapula along the rib cage to improve that shoulder mobility to open up for better posture. So she'll start with a circular motion, moving back, alternating arms, right arm, then left arm, typically about 10 each side. Good. So as we transition from shoulder mobility, we want to make sure that we're reinforcing that with some muscle activation. Typically when the shoulder is mobile enough, we want to make sure that we're stabilizing that position. One of the basic movements that we'll use is a simple band pull apart. So I have Amanda hold the band out in front, just below shoulder height, and then she's going to extend the scapula, allowing it to move forward in that protracted position. Now I'm going to ask her to retract, pulling the shoulder blades together, holding things every tight here. Now she moves her arms across all the way up to the body, arms locked and straight, pull apart, squeeze scapula back together, initiating that movement through the middle of the back, the rhomboids, lower traps, to maintain shoulder stability, to get these muscles to fire to support good posture. As we move to the lower body, muscle activation through the hips, predominantly the glutes, to fire in a hip hinge movement. We use the resistance bands in a lateral band step to really fire things up and get things ready for our strength series or movement, depending on what our focus is for the day. So I'm going to have Amanda go into a mini squat, hinging backward to the hip, keeping the torso in a good flat position. Knees are slightly forward, slightly bent, so a good athletic base. I'm going to have her step. As she steps, the focus is going to be leading with the knee, pushing the knees apart, but not allowing this back knee to cave in. So we're creating outward pressure on both sides. And she'll step in tempo. Go. Again. Go. Again. Continue on. Step and step. Maintaining posture, tight abs. Hips are back in a good hip hinge position. Focusing on outward pressure against the knees. And good.